Okay, so this video is the last of the first cutting of hay. As you can tell by the video title, we did have a breakdown in this video. So I'll go in later on and explain that in more detail. But first, let's check the oil in the 4440 here. We'll check the engine oil and then we'll check the transmission oil. Okay, now let's open up the side of the baler and check the oil lubricating system on that, and we'll go ahead and fill it up then. Okay, so let's get started raking here. I didn't get any footage this time of mowing or tedding, but I got raking and baling, so you're going to see both of them. So here, this field here is right below the new barn and right below the pines, so we call it a lot of times the field below the pines. But you can see where I'm at, like right there, is right below the barn, and that is like topsoil pile yet. But we'll go ahead and get it raked up. It's a real long, kind of narrow field out towards the end, but then it kind of gets wider as you come down here, and it's kind of like a triangular shape. So I get to here, and I start going back and forth and coming back after my long rows, and coming back and getting this end done here then. Okay, so let's start baling here. You can see that I've started and I've came one row down on the bottom side of the field. So I'm working my way out across the top. And after I get part way out is when the 4440 broke, and what had broke on it was the coupling between the motor and the hydraulic pump. So I don't know if any of you guys are familiar with that, but basically it just the front of the motor has a two-prong like shoe on it, and so does the pump, and then it has an aluminum coupling with rubber bushings in that couples it together. And what happened was, it looks like one of the bolts just was gone for looked like forever from what I could tell, and then the other one finally had just broke. So I'm still baling here, but here in a second this clip here will end, and then I'll be just basically sitting there. Out at the end of them pines is where it happened. I stopped and I was actually stopped at the time that it broke. I was talking to my brother there, and normally the tractor kind of runs kind of constant. Well, I noticed that it wasn't like at an idle. it's kind of like, you can tell it's like bogged just a little bit at an idle, and all of a sudden it kind of revved up just a little bit. And I thought that was weird, but I didn't think anything more of it. I actually kind of thought it was the air conditioner, because it'll do the same thing. But after I started to pull back out, I realized I had no power steering and no anything, so I had no steering. So there, I just showed you the actual piece. And what I ended up doing was going, after I figured out what it was, I couldn't find the other half, so I was kind of like stuck. And if I would have had the other half, I could have got some new bolts and put it back together and probably been good to go. But what I ended up doing was running back up to the building and taking the one off the 4630. So I took it off and then stuck it on here and got it back going. So you'll kind of see me working through that here, and then we'll start bailing again. Oh, and I should add that I will show the fix of this, or explain it in a little bit more detail with kind of a closer up views of it, so you guys can see what it actually was and what it looks like. So you'll see that in an upcoming video.
I think you ought to put that back up on there. No, I don't.